stream, broadcast, or podcast, or whatever that is. So basically, I'm in weekly intentional free time, even though it was actually start very early. So it's basically start in the middle of the noon, but I eventually only able to create, or even it is actually before the noon, so it's still 11 in the morning or 11 a.m. And right now it's already almost 5 p.m. And basically I only able to create a good behavior recording for around almost 30 minutes because I eventually didn't have a sufficient time because I had a lot of meeting in my main job of tasks which I basically need to attend, even though I basically don't actually do many things as usual, so it's basically pretty unnecessary as well for me. So yeah, I just don't know, because for some reason, even if I basically try to do many productivity things during the meeting, it's actually possible, but I try not to do that because I just don't know whether I basically still able to create productivity things based on the information that I basically already tried to explain in the previous episode. So basically I'm just waiting the countdown until I basically only able to do main job of tasks at certain days probably, or only try to do unnecessary things which I basically don't like because it's just wasting my time without having, or even wasting money as well, because definitely working not in your confident place is definitely will need to spend more on the cost for transportation, which basically pretty hectic, because for some reason I used to be in that position before the pandemic and I basically feel pretty exhausted. And I just don't realize that people still not change. People just like the life before pandemic, even though they basically try to adapt during the pandemic, but eventually they basically try to come back into their natural habit or bad behavior. Maybe that's the reason why the human evolution is seems to be slower than what it used to be. So although the technology that we are trying to create is basically possible to make all of those kind of thing happen, but it turns out human are just too ignorant with the rise of the technology. So it just takes more time to, I don't know, until finally it become common in this world. So the era of cyberpunk is just still very far. I don't know whether I basically still alive to see it or not, because definitely many people wanted to become immortal, but they basically limited to their physical, so they probably already die. Even the one that basically born right now, because many things that basically try to be predicted in the past are not always true. So especially when it comes to something that basically makes people change how we are trying to do on the daily basis. So yeah, basically it's only happen for something that's basically optional, and I just don't get it why, because definitely instant messaging or even any kind of online communication platform is basically still used very frequently right now. But yeah, when it comes to the work, they basically prefer to do it directly for no reason. So I just can prevent myself to cannot think about it, to stop thinking about it, because yeah, I just don't get it about the reason, because yeah, they're probably just an ego from a very privileged people or rich people. They just wanted to spend or waste their money as efficient as possible, because yeah, if basically they try to waste on the people that pretty unknown, or there's a lot of uncertainty, they basically try to prevent those kind of things to be happen right now, because yeah, many countries are currently, or even I don't know, still in inflation, big inflation or recession, because yeah, the past pandemic is just making the economy really weird, or really try to put something as efficiency as possible, so any kind of overpaid will immediately see and try to suppress as much as possible, although it's basically not always be an easy thing as well for them, because yeah, they basically still want to make their money to be growth, to be increase. So yeah, they definitely want try to make the company, I don't know, make their money to be pull it without increasing at all, because yeah, for some reason Indonesia, there's not a lot of efforts that basically try to focus on savings, because some of the advanced countries that basically try to combat with hyperinflation or recession, they basically try to increase the revenue or the profit stream from the savings by increasing the interest rate of the savings, and so that's definitely gonna be hard for many people, for the bank itself, I don't know, because yeah, some of the big banks are eventually bankrupt, or won't be able to maintain those savings efficiently, because yeah, there's more and more people try to save more money rather than spend it. So that's how the economic works right now during the technology winter. I don't know what many people try to say this kind of condition, but yeah, that's pretty sad. Okay, so I basically have some unnecessary meeting again that I basically need to attend, so I think that's all that I can say. So it's still less than 10 minutes.